So what do we got here? Hey, what's up? Killgruz here. Today we're checking out Super Mario Bros. 64 for the Commodore 64. Wow. Yep, Super Mario. It should be pretty obvious to you guys, but Super Mario is one of my favorite games of all time. And it has now been released in its full 32-stage excellence on the Commodore 64. Wow. So this port took 7 years to complete by someone who goes by ZeroPaige on the Lemon 64 forums. I've been following this project. I had it bookmarked years ago and had checked in a few times a year. Man, I really wanted this to be real and actually be released. You could tell from the first few videos that were released a long time ago that it was going to be pretty impressive. The gameplay physics looked accurate and the sound was pretty good. But wow, I didn't think it was going to be like this. This port will run on stock Commodore 64 hardware, but it does take advantage of hardware upgrades. It has support for dual SID chips and several accelerators, which really helps out with the playability of this game. There's a ton of slowdown on stock C64 hardware. I don't personally think it ever gets to the point where you could say it's not playable. Not ideal most of the time, but certainly fast enough to get through the game. I've beat it a few times now, and the slowdown doesn't really cause too many problems in my experience. It actually might even help some folks out, because when it slows down, you get a bit more time to process what's right in front of you and react a little better. It does also have a European 50 frames per second version that also evens out the frame rate a bit. This European version's music runs faster than I'm used to though. It also was supposed to support 2-button joysticks and pads, so you can run and shoot fireballs with one button and jump with the other. I haven't got the 2 buttons to work right for me on actual hardware. The only 2-button joystick I have is the Epix 500XJ. And I flipped through the control modes and none were working for my stick. I don't think the emulator Vice even supports this, but CCS64 does, and I've had 2 buttons working on that emulator, so it might be hit or miss. Though if you're gaming on C64, you're probably already used to using up for jump, and it works alright here. So this is the real deal. All 32 stages from the original game brought over to the Commodore 64. Insane, dude. For its time, Super Mario was actually a big game content-wise. The closest game for Commodore 64 before this was the Great Gianna Sisters. Great game also with 32 stages, but much, much shorter levels overall. So I don't think I need to explain what Super Mario is all about, but what I think would be fun to do in this video is to explore the game a little bit. I think my biggest question is if the original tricks and glitches work in this port. Let's check some of them out. So first up, we'll check out the classic Little Fire Mario glitch. So to do this one, you have to be Big Mario and be in one of Bowser's castle levels. At the end of the stage, right before you hit the axe, you've got to make Mario touch both the axe and Bowser at the same time. Now we need to find a mushroom and a flower. Yep. This glitch works here. I'm surprised how many people didn't know you can wall jump in Super Mario. It's not an easy move to pull off. You kind of just slam your body into the wall while hitting jump. Sometimes Mario will clip into the bricks a tiny bit and you can do a jump off it. And this one works here too. Nice. The Bullet Bill Trampoline glitch is in World 6-3. There's this part of the level where you can stand on this platform and jump up onto the bullet bills that are coming at you. If you hit one just right, you'll keep jumping on it. That's cool, this one works too. Such a weird glitch. I am almost certain that the 1-up trick will work on this port as well. All the other weird glitches work no problem, so this one should definitely work. And yep. Works here too. You even get that weird crown and stuff on the screen that shows your lives. So another one that I just couldn't see how it could be here is the A-Start cheat code. If you die all your lives and are sent back to the title screen, normally you can hold A and press start to start back at the beginning of the world you were in. However, There is no start button here, so how could this work? Well, I played around with it for a little while and figured out you just gotta hit the run button and then the jump button to activate this cheat. It works great here too. Alright, for the last one here, we're gonna check out the legendary Minus World. It's gotta be here. So on World 1-2, at the end of the stage, we've gotta clip through the bricks here and go down this first pipe. Oh, heck yeah. This is different. Hey, it's not even a negative world here. It's World White Coin -1. So this one's cool. You start out fighting a Bowser and a Hammer Brother with a fire bar in the way. Tricky stuff. Further down, there's all sorts of random enemies thrown in. Fire bars, and even a second battle with a crazy Bowser that sometimes disappears. You can get stuck in here, so be careful what you touch. World Coin -2 is the first level again. But this time, there are piranha plants in all the pipes. You can't warp down a pipe either, as it just starts the stage over again. Other than that, it's the same as the original stage. Sadly, World Coin -3 is the dead end. You just show up in this little room here, and if you go into the pipe, you respawn in the room. That's pretty much all there is to this Minus World. It's a pretty interesting little journey. So is this game worth tracking down and getting it all set up to play? Well, maybe. If you enjoy playing weird versions of Mario, or if you're a super fan of the Commodore 64, I would recommend this. If you're just looking to play some Mario, you'll definitely have a much better experience playing this on the NES. It's an oddity, a great technical achievement, and something that I don't think anyone thought we'd ever actually see. There was a Super Mario game before for Commodore 64, but that was just a hack of Gianna, and honestly it felt more like Gianna than Super Mario. As of recording this, Super Mario Bros. 64 just came out a few days ago, and I haven't been able to put it down. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. It's a good port of a great game. If you want to set this up in an emulator, I'd recommend playing this in Vice, using the Super CPU Accelerator. To do this, you'd launch the XSCPU64.exe binary that comes with Vice. This will minimize the slowdown that you'll get in the game. This game also takes advantage of dual SID chips, so you can turn that on in the settings for some stereo music. Another thing I've been doing is to not use the true aspect ratio. In my opinion, the original aspect ratio makes this game kind of look a little squeezed together. I turned that off and I think it makes the game look closer to NES Mario. Well, that's about all I have for you today. This port of Super Mario has really been a lot of fun for me to explore, and I do recommend checking it out while you still can. There's no way Nintendo isn't going to try their damnedest to bury this, so get it while it's hot. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it. I've got more videos coming up, so stay tuned, and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and take care, guys. Goodbye.